All right. I think it's going. Hopefully my kids don't start screaming and all that dogs start barking. It's okay. Okay.
Are we streaming?
So trying to figure this out. It shows that we're live.
It shows on my end too.
And my kids don't start screaming. So, okay. This is kind of weird.
We don't know if we're on Facebook or not.
Okay. Well, you know what? We are.
Oh my God.
Let's
be streaming.
Okay.
So
Why is there background noise?
trying to figure this
Sorry,
out.
guys. We're like, this is something new. We're trying, and it's kind of why.
And my kids don't start screaming. So,
Okay.
This is kind of weird. We don't know if we're on Facebook or not. Okay. Well, you know what? We are. Oh my God. Let's be streaming.
You know what we're gonna do? I'm gonna end this. We're gonna do a Zoom, and then I'm gonna share it. How's that?
This is something new. Yeah, because this is working. What the heck?
Oh wait, there we go.
We're
Okay.
good?
Yes. Okay. So we are live on Facebook, but I, canceled out that other thing. So yes, we are live, and now I have no feedback now. So, all right. All right, you guys, sorry about all that confusion right there. That was a little crazy, but when we're doing something new and trying something new, sometimes there's technical difficulties and weird stuff happening. So I want to introduce to you guys today, Becky Jo The Healer. And Becky and I met a couple months back when I went to the spiritual expo in Rosemont. Chicago, yeah.
Chicago. Oh yeah, it was Rosemont.
I had plans to go on Sunday with a friend, but I had a calling or a feeling that I needed to go on Saturday, and I went by myself. I didn't care. I had a gut feeling that I needed to go. And so I did, and I just went, and I'm walking, I'm, looking at all the booths and everything. And then I noticed your booth with the blue butterflies, and I am drawn. Butterflies are part of our life and symbol and everything. And I was like, oh, that's really cute. And then all of a sudden I was just kind of walking by, and you were just like, hey, I love your hair. And I believe that we were meant, like the universe brought us together. And
yeah,
God, I think we talked for what, an hour?
I think so. It was just like, hey, there you are. And it was like we've known each other our whole lives. It's like that kinship, that soul sister type of, I don't know. It's like a feeling. You can't put it into words, into human words.
And I have to tell you, and I don't know if you noticed this, but I did. So when we were talking, maybe one person walked by or, came by and took a look and everything. But really, when you and I were together, it was almost like just everybody stayed away.
I agree.
It gave us time because I couldn't get to you any other time. Once we broke our connection and I went another direction, and all of a sudden, like even on Sunday, I wanted to bring my friends to meet you, and we couldn't get to you. You were packed. You had appointments constantly, and you just were surrounded around people. I was like, wow, that's kind of crazy that we just had all that time together where nobody even interrupted. Yep. And then we couldn't even get to you.
And that was crazy too, because on Saturday when we met, that's how I was all day. I mean, just swarmed with people. And then it was like there was a little bit of a lull, and then it slowed down, and then you came up, and then after you were gone, it went right back. I noticed that too. Pretty cool, actually.
It was. I literally I was like, thank you, universe. I was like, thank you for giving me that time with you, because I knew that I wanted to get your book. You guys, by the way, The Calling of My Soul, True Confessions of a Blu-ray Empath. Love that. The Holistic Healer. I started it probably about a week after we met, and then something just said, pick it up, because I had a couple other books that I'm in the middle of. And I literally just, even the introduction, all that stuff, like I was in, I was hooked. And I was like, who, you and I have so many similarities. And I, I, I finished, I was like, oh, I felt even more connected to you after I read your book.
So many people say that. And honestly, that's part of why I wrote it, was because I know when I was growing up, and to kind of grow up and be the different one and be the one that nobody understands, and even if your intentions are 100% good, people keep thinking you have bad intentions. So it's like growing up in that, where you can see things and experience things that other people aren't, and eventually you get to a place where you want to share your story with other people because you want them to understand they're not alone. You're not, uh, I'm not the only one that's like this. There's millions of us on the planet. It's just, we're now, people are finally brave enough to share, you know. You have to be very brave to share an alternative reality with the world that's not quite ready to accept that yet. It's
So,
getting better now.
so for those that, there's some of my friends on there, like for the people that don't know who you are or don't know your gift or know what you do, could you explain that to them?
Yeah. So every single human being comes to the planet. We come with a whole action packed list of things that we want to do, things that we want to experience. And there's how I like to describe it is like, you are an avatar. And I know this is sounds way out there for some people, but if you can just bear with me, you're the avatar, and you're connected to your soul. And your soul is giving you, guiding you, and leading you, and giving you the directions. But you can choose your adventure, right? So we come down here, and there may be things that we came down here to do that we decide not to do, but that's okay. You can do this instead. That's what free will is. So those of us that are very connected to our own inner core, to our soul, like for me, for instance, I've been able to feel that about myself from birth. Like I knew that I could see my own energy and my own aura when I was a child. I could see other people's too. So just knowing who you are, knowing that you are an eternal spirit in physical matter, it's not just about the physical. When you can open up to who and what you are outside of your physical, it's a whole nother reality. That's what I mean by, living in a different dimension, really, because, humans are energetic beings, and everybody's frequency is a little higher or lower, and that's what you experience, if that makes sense.
Well, for those who do understand it, we do. There's going to be people out there who are like, I have no idea what you're
Lost.
talking about. But I always knew as a little girl that I had a gift, that I was different. I didn't know what it was, but I just always, people were always drawn to me. I mean, people like would flock to me and just trust me and open up. I mean, they would tell me everything.
Yep.
Young, I was in grade school and people trusted me. I didn't betray anybody. I mean, I made mistakes. We all make mistakes and everything.
Right. Oh,
It's
I
a
made many too.
it's a learning curve and everything, but people just felt so drawn to come to me and talk to me and open up, and they felt safe.
Yeah.
And I truly am a safe place for people to come now that I know my gift. But
Right.
it started early on. And back then I was just like, oh, I don't know. I just, people like me, I don't know. I don't get it.
Yeah.
They just want to talk to me. I had no
You
idea.
didn't understand why.
Even throughout high school, people would come to me and ask me relationship things. And I was like, me? Like, why? Oh, okay. And they would ask my perspective on it. And what do you think I should do? And I'm going, again, like questioning, like, why are they asking me? but I did give them really good. I mean, the stuff that came out of my mouth, I don't even know where it came from, but it was really guiding them in the right direction. And now I know that spirit was coming through me to
Oh
help
yeah,
them.
absolutely.
Now I can see that. But back then I was just like saying stuff and I'm like, well, that was good. Wow.
Boy,
Like,
I'm wise. Look at how wise I am. I can absolutely relate. I think you and I have shared probably a similar path, because there's so many similarities in our stories, you know. Crazy, crazy, crazy. But knowing who you are, knowing what your gifts are that you can share with humanity, because right now humanity needs people's gifts. We need to share them. If your gift is, you know, singing, if you're an artist, if you're somebody who loves children, you know, no matter what it is, if you're somebody who can heal and restore that people trust, you know, it's hard to put yourself out there, especially at first when you're like, "Oh, how can I help? What can I do? I can share this, or I could sing a song, but God, I could never do that because, you know, they would hate it, or I'd be embarrassed." And that's what stops people from sharing their gifts, is that little voice in the mind that tells them they can't. But you got to push through that. You got to tell that voice to be quiet, because your gifts are needed. Absolutely. And you've been doing you know, videos, I mean, tirelessly trying to inspire people, and I honor you for that. I mean, that means a lot to a lot of people that are looking for, you know, something to brighten their day, maybe.
well, it's like I look at Taylor and she was like, we've been painting my whole house we can't afford to like hire somebody to do it. So we're like, we're going to do it. I wanted to clear out my old energy and bring in some new energy for 2020 before this stuff even happened.
Yep.
And here she is, like getting on the floor, scooting side to side, doing the whole trim, half the wall for as far as she could reach. And then I would do the top half. And I'm going, look at all the people out there. And I'm not judging, please, like for everybody out there, don't, I'm not criticizing you or anything, but I'm sitting here going, there's so many people out there wasting their life, sitting on the couch, watching the news, freaking out, stressing out, worrying, worrying, worrying. And that makes you sick.
Hmm.
And I'm like, and here's this girl painting my house with me who is in a wheelchair and paralyzed from the chest down. And
Hmm.
I'm going, she's going outside in the front yard to work out. And she's like, because therapy's closed, let's go outside. I'm like, you want to go in the front yard? Because she would never do that before because she was embarrassed of people driving by or walking by and judging her.
Oh,
But it
bless
was
her
such
heart.
a beautiful day. She was like, yeah. So I grabbed all the equipment and I went outside and she was working out. She didn't care.
Good girl.
I mean, sometimes, when I'm filming her, she's like, really, mom? Like, again, I'm like, yeah, because people need to see what you're doing to inspire them to live a better life.
Right.
So, I'm not doing it going, ooh, look at Taylor. Ooh, look at Taylor. I'm doing it for the people who are struggling, that need to see your video, because divine timing,
Hmm.
when people are ready, they're going to come across this and go, I need to hear this message. I need to see that video. I need to see that.
Yep.
And that's why I do it. It's really
Yeah.
not a bragging aspect at all. It is really out there to help change and inspire lives, that no matter what happens in your life, you can turn it around. But it's
Yes.
all mindset, it's perspective.
Hmm.
Now, I mean, just with what you've gone through too, I mean, you know, I I don't know, like my heart goes out to you for what, what you just went through. And
Thank you.
but like you still go on,
Mhm.
and life still goes on, and it is okay to grieve. And
Yep.
we were just talking about that before we went live, and tell
Yeah, it's
everybody
important.
why it's important.
It's so important. You, when you are, especially in the situation and circumstances we're all facing right now, where there's a lot of uncertainty, um, there's a lot of unanswered questions, and people have been messaging me the last couple of days wanting to know what my, what my advice is, and how to try to stay sane. And the best advice I could really give anybody is, while you're in the stillness, while you have time, work on you on the inside. Go to the places in your body where there's tension and ask yourself, what is this? Because I can promise you it's probably some sort of an emotional energy that you're carrying in your body. Feel into it. Close your eyes and just tune into your body. And if there's pain somewhere, put your hands there and ask, what is this? Allow yourself to work through and process whatever it is. Don't doubt yourself. That's where people get hung up, is it's like, okay, well, I did that and I answered myself, but then I didn't know if I was answering correct or not. Are you kidding me? Whatever comes to your head first, whatever comes to your mind first when you ask yourself a question is the answer. Don't doubt that. Don't doubt it. Roll with it and just allow yourself to work through, because you're being shown that. It's a blessing. It's such a blessing when we get to be shown what's wrong so we can fix it. And so many people have layer upon layer upon layer upon layer. And I see this in the clinic all the time of, shields and walls and barricading in, or I can't do this because then this will happen. And even in the clinic, when I ask, okay, why won't you do that? Well, because of this. Okay, well, why do you think this? Because of this. Okay, where did you get that belief from? So talking yourself through like that, asking the questions, and you can get basically to the root of where the belief started, where, all of the emotions and all of it. And then you work through it. You're not weird for working through it. It's okay to talk to yourself, and it's okay to talk yourself through things, which is the most healthy way to deal with any kind of grief or sadness or fear or whatever, is talking yourself through it, working through it, and then on the other side, you feel so much better that you don't feel that way or think that way. It's so much more peaceful on the other side,
What advice would you give to people who are in like a depression? What would you say to them?
People that are in a depression right now, considering what's happening, if people that are all alone, people that are just at the end of their rope, don't really know what to do, the one thing that I would highly recommend, and it may be weird for some of you, but I promise you it will help, look up heart math. So heart math is kind of like, you can in your mind reset your whole body and release whatever's making you feel depressed. It's very miraculous, and it takes like 30 seconds. I mean, you have time. So, there's different exercises you can do, but the main one is knowing that right here on your physical body, there are nerves that run from your collarbone all the way down to your breastbone that literally, when pressed, completely reset your nervous system, your brain, and also send signals to your brain to send out antioxidants and send out feel-good chemicals, like, euphoric chemicals. This is like pushing on here, is telling the body all is well. Okay, it shuts off the fight or flight. So anybody can, either sit like this or whatever's comfortable, and just take like some long deep breaths. When breathing in, just telling your mind to let it go, let it go. It's not, it's not true, it's not peaceful, it's not helpful. Is it necessary? No. And this is something, a tool that I teach all of my clients and students, and so many people come back to me and like, thank God you taught me that, because it's changed my life. And it's easy. It's something everyone can do for themselves. You don't need someone else to do it for you, although you can do it for other people. But it's how empowering to be able to, once you get those mind monkeys racing and you can't get it to stop, to be able to just stop. And even pressing on here it kind of makes you take a breath and stop that cycle you're in. Reset. It's a simple, easy way. It works very well.
It's interesting when I was doing hair and I would give a scalp massage, right?
Hmm.
People would they would just melt and they're like, and you could just see them relax. And I'm like, oh, they're really into, so I would do more of a massage for them and just
Yep.
by touch. But then they couldn't do it themselves. And I can't do it myself. Like I can't go in the shower and get that same feeling.
Right. Then
But
someone else. Yeah.
when it comes to touching my heart, because we've been doing a lot of exercises lately with this,
Mhm.
I feel this right now. I
Yeah.
feel like the energy. It's so strange. Like you
It's
guys,
amazing.
like
I
I
know.
know the viewers that are watching right now, I know that you know what I'm talking about when it comes to massaging. You try to get that same scalp massage as it's different. Somebody else has to touch your head and scalp to
Yes.
feel that. But
Yes.
you can literally touch your own heart and chest and you feel it. You feel the power, you feel the energy, the connection, all of that. It's so beautiful, but I don't, people don't really know about that. So,
No, it's ancient. The ancient people on the planet knew. I mean, back in the days of the Bible, that's what they did. This is what ancient people knew. And somewhere down the line, all these beautiful, easy tricks we have were, you know, left behind or not shared or whatever. I mean, who knows? But I'm glad that there are people, like Greg Braden and Bruce Lipton and all of them, that they bring that ancient knowledge to all of us. And I'm, it's they're quite a blessing. I've learned a lot from them too. And I use that on my own clients. And the thing about the head, so have you heard of Seva healing?
no.
So Seva healing is a healing modality that was created after 9/11, and it's using reflexology in different points in the body, but especially on the top of the head. There's a way to, and it's probably very similar to what you're doing when you're doing scalp massage. And what it does is it literally forces the body to let go and relax, because of, people, trauma people from 9/11, somebody created this way to just, I mean, it literally, your body has to let go. It can't. So it's, those nerves are all up here, and especially, pulling the hair and all of that. So, um, you're probably doing Seva healing on people and didn't even realize it.
That's interesting because
Isn't that
I'm
cool?
telling you, when I touch somebody's head and scalp, they literally melt.
Yep.
They would just sink into the chair. Their energy would they would come in and they would be so worked up in their energy. They just felt like, I could just feel the tension.
Yep.
And after I got done shampooing them and just the conditioner and working that in and rubbing it, they were just a totally different person when they
Yep.
left my chair. And they're like, thank you. And again, like I said, way back when I was in the salon, I was standing by the chair. I had no idea that I had the power in my hands to do that for people.
Right.
Now I understand what I was doing, but that's beautiful. That makes total sense because
Hmm.
wow, people were, I'm like, maybe I should just, create scalp massages, but actually it's now healing, through touch and all that. So that's
Yeah.
beautiful.
Yeah. You should look into doing that for people.
That's absolutely beautiful.
Yeah.
Huh. I just looked outside. It's snowing.
It is here too. What is going on?
We go from 80-degree weather. We had 80 the other day, and then now we have
Did you really?
yeah, we did. We hit 80. It was beautiful.
Not here in Wisconsin. It doesn't hit that till August if you're lucky.
Oh, oh.
Anymore, anyway.
Um, so what else can we share with them? Do you want to do you want to pray for them? Do you want to send them love? Do you want to send
Yes,
them
let's do that. Let's do that. I think that it's necessary, and I think that it's important to keep prayer and spirituality at the forefront of all of this, because when we do everything we do through God first, everything is all good. And so many people are losing faith. So many people are blaming blaming God for this. And honestly, one thing that I've learned on my journey, and I'm sure Jenny, you have too, it's that we have to understand that we have the power. We are the ones doing this. Humans did this. And we're being led and guided how to find solutions. But when you're begging for whoever, the higher power, whatever you believe that to be, to fix your personal situation, fix me, bring this, whatever, what you're really doing is sending out the energy of lack. So that's where people get the prayer thing wrong. Instead of, oh my God, please bring this and please give me this, and oh, can I have that, and heal me, heal me, heal me. Well, if we kind of flip it around and say, you know what, I already know you're working in my favor. I already know all is well. I can feel your presence. Doesn't that feel a little bit better? And that's what I want people to realize. When you pray from your heart and your soul, and yes, tell whoever you believe is up there or wherever they are, this is what I need. But remember that the universe does not understand English or Chinese or whatever. It understands your energy. So send love energy when you're praying. It'll make a big difference. It just opens up everything too, and your blessings will come back to you.
I did have one more question before you
Yes.
go on. What do you say to people? Because I get this all the time. I've told you that meditation has literally changed my world. I mean,
Oh,
changed
yeah.
it. And I'm not talking 5 minutes or 10 minutes. I'm talking
Oh,
when I go deep and I'm 45 minutes to an hour in. That is when the sweetness, the magical things start happening. And I do journal after I'm done because what I experience. But I have so many friends, I keep telling them, I'm telling, they see it in me. They know, they could feel I'm different. And what are you doing? What are you doing? I want to know. And I tell them, I can't meditate. My brain just won't shut off. And I can't, I can't, and I'm like, I keep teaching them. I'm like, little bit at a time, you have to, basically they're letting their bodies in control over their mind, and they need to let their mind, their mind needs to say like, no body, sit down. It's like Dr. Joe say, like a dog, like you're training a dog, sit,
yes.
don't go anywhere, sit, you stay, you're
Yes.
not getting out of this right now. You're sitting here and you're doing this, because when you can do that over time, you break a habit.
You do. You
So
break many habits.
what do you say to people when they say that I can't meditate, I have ADHD, or I have this, my brain is just going and I just can't stop, and I can't calm down? What do you say to that?
That's so funny because I hear that in the clinic every day. It's like a normal thing. Like, have you been meditating? What? I want to, but I can't. Like, yes, you can. And that, what you said is perfect. The other thing that I use too is the 4x4x4x4 breathing. So what that does is keeps your mind focused on the breath. So you're gonna, you breathe in for 4, hold for 4, out for 4, pause for 4, and then in, hold, out, pause. So
Why don't we do that? Let's do this exercise right now with
okay,
them and just teach them, so that you guys live here with us, I want you guys to sit down and I want you to do this with Becky and myself and just try this and see how you feel, because I guarantee you will definitely feel a shift in your body.
yeah, oh, absolutely. And that the other part too is um taking your brain out. So like I'll tell people that are new, literally just grab your head and just envision. I'm setting my brain out for right now. I have nowhere I have to be. I have nothing I have to do. And the other thing too is as you're doing the 4x4x4x4, when you're breathing out, every time you breathe out, let go deeper and deeper and deeper. Like what I like to do when I'm restless, and I'm usually I'm a good meditator, but I have times too where I have to do this. And literally I just envision myself dropping my bones into the chair or whatever. It's like drop your bones. And then, it's it's a matter of time before you completely let go. And then from there, you can connect with yourself like you have never experienced. And it's such a beautiful, amazing thing. The more you do it, the more connected to the universe you are. The more connected to the universe you are, life becomes really, really, really interesting.
Oh, let me tell you, I can't even explain what's been going on in my life and my meditations, and it is just freaking magical. I mean, to tell
It
you
is.
that I literally want to leave the physical world and actually go into meditation more and more and more and spend more and more and more time. I'm actually please, I know this sounds strange, but like don't think I'm weird, but I actually
You
enjoy.
are weird.
I want actually, yes, I am. Yes, I am. I embrace that, right?
I'm weird.
I I look forward to the meditations because
Mhm.
where it brings me, leaving my physical body and going into space and seeing my future and creating my future and
Mhm.
feeling, because oh my God, it is like, I don't know, a vacation. I can't explain it, but it is just so many things have come up and my life has shifted, and everything, just the people around me, like I don't, it's like the universe, life won't even bring me like negative people anymore because I don't even allow it. It doesn't even touch me anymore.
No,
Like you
I don't
can't,
have it much either.
it's like because it's like a little bug on me that, you know, somebody, I'm like, goodbye, like doesn't even bother me, you
Right.
know.
Yep.
But oh, you guys, I'm telling you, if you have not started meditating yet, I'm telling you, your life will change.
And you'll feel better. Your physical body is better. Everything's better. I mean, your energy's flowing when you meditate. That's literally you plugging yourself back in, you know.
You can heal yourself from within by actually going in meditating. But obviously, you guys, you need to understand that when you meditate, you have to go to a place where you will not be interrupted. The dogs cannot be barking, the kids cannot be around. And I know if you don't have an hour to do it, then take 5 to 10 minutes. You can go lock yourself in a bathroom, put headphones on, a sleep mask, get the light out, go into the dark space and turn that volume up and do a guided meditation and go and
Yeah.
enjoy and get there and vision yourself, whatever it is that you're suffering through, what pain or whatever it may be, and heal yourself. Just vision yourself getting better and your body will start making those connections for you. Not the
Yep.
doctor, not the medications.
Mhm.
You hear this.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm so thankful I didn't listen to the doctors when I was in my 20s and they told me I wouldn't be walking. If I would have allowed that to be my reality, yeah, my life would have been very different. But
Okay,
no, we can.
before we do the breathing thing, can you give a quick like play by play about your life, like about the wheelchair thing, about because you and I were connected for that. Why were you, in a wheelchair?
Yeah, so part of my book is talking about my gifts that I always had, but the other part of it was to share having significant medical issues beyond your control or appearing to be, and my journey of, because I, had been through so much trauma, because I had the things I have faced, my physical body was getting sicker and sicker and sicker and sicker and sicker. It was awful. I I know that every part of your journey is meant for it, and I know that it's made me who I am today, but I definitely would not want to repeat any of it if I had a choice. So I went from being a very successful certified pharmacy tech. I had a, associate's degree and, registered, having a career in pharmacy and pharmaceuticals and working on the regular side of healthcare. And then by my late 20s, my body was so sick that I started losing function in my spine. I started having surgeries on my spine. and it was getting worse and worse. And eventually, between that and fibromyalgia, I ended up not being able to dress myself. Some days I couldn't even get out of bed. It was very embarrassing that I had to have my husband at the time help me get dressed. I had to call him to come get me out. I mean, anyone that's been in that situation knows that, it's awful. And so I had gone to my spinal doctor and at the time and said, you have to do something. Like I've lost function in my legs and I can't live like this. This is not who I am. And he told me that I needed to get used to the fact that narcotics in a wheelchair was going to be my life. And I should probably prepare for that. And when I went home that day, I remember crying the whole way home, like just sobbing, like, he had given me that day 5 years. He told me within 5 years I would be in a wheelchair. So, I mean, I already was part-time. I wasn't in a wheelchair all of the time back then, but I definitely spent time in the wheelchair and I spent time walking with a cane. It depended on the day. And so I remember after that, I started having the worst anxiety and panic attacks. Like I couldn't even go out into public without having them. I was having them all day. Like it's almost like my system was just full. Like I was on overload, like this electrical weird, I don't know, it was awful. So I remember back then, I didn't really know what YouTube was or any of that type of stuff, but somebody had told me to go onto YouTube and find a panic attack meditation. And I was like, I don't even know what meditation is, but I'm desperate. Like I need something. So I remember finding some kind of a meditation where they talk you through it. It was miraculous. Like I couldn't believe how well it worked. So then that's how I started meditating. And then it wasn't long after that I started, like my gifts started coming in, that I already had them. I just started recognizing, oh my God, this is really happening. I wasn't making this up, But then I went on a quest to heal myself. I went off all pharmaceuticals and learned how to make my own herbal medicines for my own body, intuitively just tuning in, like, what does my body need, if it's a yes or a no. And, between that and essential oils and diet and exercise, I completely reversed a lot of the health issues that I had. I can't reverse the spinal damage. There's nothing I can do about that, but I can keep myself healthy by healing inside, not carrying stress, taking good care of my sacred vessel. This is our sacred vessel. And anywhere in your body where you're not healthy, there's energy blockages there. And I can't tell you, I'm still constantly always working on it. And it's okay. That's the thing, is we've been taught that that's creepy or it's weird or, anything you talk about energy and people go sideways. What they don't realize is that we are energy. We are life force energy. You're alive. If you're alive, you have to have life force energy. Where do you think that comes from? It's not creepy or weird. It's human. It is. So yeah, that's the thing. It is completely turning around your health by and then the more you do, then the more you awaken, the more you start to just live a totally different lifestyle. You break those habits, those patterns. And I started making better choices for myself. I started to have healthy boundaries. And once you do that,
all in here, guys, it's all in here.
Yeah.
You got to get her. It's, oh, what
how to overcome anything.
Now they are making a movie out of, right?
Yes. There is a movie in the making. Indeed.
I can't wait to watch it, because your book, I was like,
thank you very much. That means a lot to me. Honestly, my book is, I mean, it's my heart and soul. It's everything. I spilled everything. I even
Oh yeah, I was like, my jaw was dropping at some points, and I'm like,
I told all of my truths, the good, the bad, the ugly. I admitted everything.
I'll tell you, I could almost guarantee that there's people out there that would not have said some of the things that you said in there. But and I was like, oh, some of I just wanted to like hug you, and I was like, oh my God, Becky, like, oh, you
So
know.
many people said that.
And then there were times where I was just like, you went through that. Yeah.
You
Wow.
wouldn't know now. You wouldn't have any idea now. But
What a
yeah.
journey is all I'm going to say. Holy mother of God, what a journey.
Yeah, that's the thing.
We all have
I
a story, but a lot of people are afraid to share their story in fear of getting judged, criticized, or even like, I can't put myself out there like that. I don't want to be embarrassed. People are afraid of being embarrassed and stuff and hurting other people. But if you do not share your story and your journey, I believe that we're here to serve and help other people get through life. It's
Mhm.
not about, you're not born to go to school, to go to college, get a job, get married, have children, be miserable, and die. That's
Mm-mm,
not what life is all about. And people
no.
need to understand that is where the awakening comes in, and you're going, there's more to life.
Yeah, it's much deeper than you realize. Once you dig deep and you're like, and honestly, I remember as a little kid, I don't know how old, maybe first grade or something. I remember asking my mom one day, because I was a very deep thinker back then too. Like I just thought really deeply about stuff. And I remember asking my mom, like, what's the meaning of life? What's the point? Because the way I understood it at the time is like, okay, I'm a kid and you're an adult and you work, and then grandma and grandpa are retired, then you don't do anything. So in my mind, I was like, what's the point? What's the point of that? You know?
You said that early on.
Yes, when I was like 6, I asked my mom that. And she said to me, I don't know if she remembers this or not. I have to ask her. She said to me, well, it's about experiencing love and being with family and stuff, and having good times. And I was like, hmm. But even still back then, I still was like, no, there's more. In my mind, I didn't say it. Like, there's more to it than that. I was forever searching for that since that day. Like, what is the meaning of life? Like, why are we here? You can't just come here to grow up and be a kid and then work and retire and then die. What? No, that never made sense to me.
um in your book you talk about angels being around you, that you could see them when you were little and everything, and
Yeah.
I thought that was absolutely beautiful. And I've seen your other videos before where angels were actually in the videos and there was like a flicker of light and all that stuff. I
Yeah.
feel that to the left of you that there is a beaming like light blue aura near your window.
Yeah, I
And
feel something.
I
I've been feeling it for like 5 minutes. Like
okay,
there's a presence, definitely.
yeah, I see it like on your couch or on the chair that's over there. It's kind of on the top over there. I don't know. Can you see it
Yep,
or
yep.
just?
Now, no, yeah, I can see it. I can see it. Yeah, there's definitely
I've been,
something
because it's
showing.
like partly out of like the window, like the wood right there, and then you could see a little bit of the blue. I'm going, yeah, yeah, because I've seen, like I said, your other videos and stuff, so I know that angels are always surrounding you and showing up in your videos and stuff like that. And I think
Oh
it's
yeah, all the time.
pretty
All
cool.
the time. I wondered if somebody would show up today.
Yeah,
Of course.
I was like, because normally when it's like a ray of light coming in, sunshine, it'll go like all the way through and you'll have that light. This is actually just in that corner right by that chair. And I'm like, yeah, you have somebody with you.
Did you see it flicker when you said that? Oh my God, I could feel it going through my body. That's awesome.
I love, love, love that. Okay,
Awesome.
so let's do the breathing exercise for them and let's help them relax.
Okay. So we'll just take it down, and then I'm gonna have you close your eyes And then center yourself in your heart. Bring all of your energy to your heart. And then I want you to feel your heart beat. Just really tune in and feel your heart beat. Feel that you're alive and that you're okay. All is well. And then slowly, I want you to breathe in for 4. Pause for 4. Breathe out for 4. And as you breathe out, let go. And then hold for 4. Let's do it again. In for 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4. Breathe out and let go for 4. Pause. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's do it one more time. In for 4. All the way into your chest. Get those lungs all the way full, because right now we need to exercise our lungs. Pull it in. Out. 2, 3, 4. And open your eyes. How do you feel?
You guys in the tingly. You guys comment below. We would love to see how you guys felt after that. I'm actually a little lightheaded too.
Yeah, you do get a little bit lightheaded because you just expanded your energy. Like you just completely reconnected with yourself. So your being is, the energy's on. It's like you plugged in. So you feel the tingly. It's pretty cool.
Thank you for that.
You are very welcome.
Well, I hope you guys, I hope this served you and helped you in any way. And if you guys want to connect with Becky, Becky, we can probably in the comments put your link to your page,
Sure.
Becky Jo The Healer. You guys can look that up. Otherwise, we'll go back and we'll link her book. And this was not about selling her book or promoting her at all. I had such a deep connection with Becky, and I felt that we needed to give you some of her gifts to understand how you guys can handle the stress, depression, anxiety, the things that are going on right now. So, when you guys please just try, if you want to be informed for 5 minutes, shut it off, and then be
Exactly.
present. Be in what why we were born. We weren't born to stress. We weren't born to freak out. Stay informed. I'm not telling you not to do that, but then turn it off. And then whenever you are feeling anxiety or stress or depression, do the breathing exercises that she just provided and center yourself and really try to get into doing some guided meditation. And there's a ton on Gaia, on Solvana, on YouTube. There's so many out there. Do you have any ones that you love? Are there any ones that you would recommend?
Yeah, the ones that the one that's really nice right now is Steve Nobel, and he is out of UK or England maybe. He tapes them and puts them on YouTube according to kind of what's going on. So every day you can check his, and whatever kind of is collectively going on, he's doing a meditation for us. So that's a nice one to follow daily. He also has some that are where you actually focus on the cells of your body, which is really important right now, that we're bringing light and bringing life, because there's so much death energy out there in the collective right now. Everybody's death, 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 death. One thing that we can all be doing every day is literally acknowledging and bringing life force to ourselves. Even when you're in the shower, just picture the shower water, bringing life force. We need to bring life, push that death energy away.
There's so many people out there who don't believe that they are in control of their life. They just think that life controls them, but actually they need to learn that they're in control of life. And people wonder why and how I can make it through my days with Taylor, in a wheelchair and doing everything as being a single mom with 4 kids. And how is she so positive and how is she so happy? Well, I already know what our future is going to be. I'm
Mhm.
already feeling it, living it, smelling it, tasting it, touching
Yep.
it. I'm already living as if it already happened.
Yes.
And I know Taylor's going to walk again. It's just a
Mhm.
matter of time. And I'm just living that life and embracing it and honoring that these gifts that I feel, and anybody could do this. It's not just
Yes.
us or whatever. Anybody could tap in to the power within themselves if they just truly believed and got out of their own head and
That's the
trusted.
problem. Yeah. Anybody can do it. And the other thing is stop thinking that it's wrong or bad to connect with your soul. It's not creepy. It's not the devil. It's not Satan. I can promise you that if what I've been connecting to my entire life is bad, I'm pretty sure my life wouldn't have transformed the way that it did.
And you,
Darkness doesn't do that.
now you thought that most of your
Yes.
life.
Yes.
I
Yep.
was just, I kept literally, I wanted to like go in the book and be like, Becky, stop thinking that way. Like,
I
oh,
know.
you guys, I'm telling you, you gotta read her book. It's like such an amazing, like crazy, emotional ride. It's like up and down, up like our life, right? It's like, it's,
Yep.
you're going, 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 and then boom. And I'm like, my heart, like there's so much emotion in your book. It's fascinating what you went through, and I'm just like, and honestly, like just sitting here with you today, and I'm like, you would never know it. You would
Nope.
never know what you went through. But I'm so glad they're making that a movie,
Yeah.
because wow.
It's going to be cool. So many people that have read the book will say to me like, I just wanted it to stop. I was trying to get, like, I couldn't stop turning the pages, but I just wanted it to stop for you, and it didn't stop. I'm like, no, it didn't for a long time.
At one point I was like, at first, you're going, and then I was like, again, like, a girl, wake up. I was screaming at you like as I'm reading the book. I'm
I
like,
did not wake up, not for a long time, and that's why it's really important for me to get my story out there so people can realize, and it can click those oh my god, I need to wake up. What am I doing? This isn't, or people like you that are like, oh yeah, this is very familiar, because we all figure it out at some point. Well, most of us do. I just wasn't waking up and realizing for a long time because I was so broken. I was just so emotionally broken. And when you're in that state, that depression and that just feeling broken, and like you said, feeling like you have no control over your life, just you're just a victim of life circumstances. And that's what I used to believe. I did. I bought that meal and I ate it 3 times a day, seriously. And when I lived like that, I hated myself, I hated my life, you know I hated everything. Like, I was resentful and life was miserable. So it's so very different when you realize that, oh my goodness, I do have control. I do have free will. I do have the chance to live the life that I want to live. You just have to pull yourself up and out of the mud, basically. Once you do that, clear sailing. But you have to believe in yourself, and you have to have faith that there's a higher power. If you don't believe in a higher power, I can't, I don't know if it'll work
well,
for you or not.
yeah,
I don't
there's
know.
there's people that are going to get it and people that are not, but we're just, we're going to continue sharing our story and
Yes.
hope to, like, because life will like nudge you and keep tapping on your shoulder and go, and then you feel like, oh well, maybe I shouldn't do that. Like, people need to realize that is their gut instinct, that's their intuition that they need to tune into and listen to, that, trust your gut. That's your soul is speaking to you, and
Hmm.
people don't understand that, and sometimes they but I wanted to share this because I want them to understand that maybe this will start sinking in, and like they will start going within and actually start listening to themselves a little bit more and trusting that maybe they do need to leave that job or leave that relationship,
Hmm.
change whatever it is, and don't travel the path that everybody's traveling.
No, don't do that.
go on a road that's less traveled and that is unfamiliar, that may be scary. There's going to be a lot of bumps in the road, but that's the road that I would rather be on, because that's where you're going to find the warriors, the believers, the achievers. Yep. The strength is going to be there. Yep. That's the beautiful path. The scary one is where the magic happens.
The hardest one will bring you the most joy. I promise you, if you can work your way through it, it's worth it.
If they don't believe you, they will believe this, because this is everything right there. Honestly, like, your journey, like, is jaw dropping, and you could make it through the other side and be thriving and shining and all that good stuff. Anybody could do it. They just have to believe.
Yep, exactly. Anybody, if I can do it, anybody can do it. And to really, even to get on the other side of it and to know that you're still not going to be perfect. You're not. You're going to have moments. You're going to fall off, off your path. And that's okay. It's just recognizing quicker and quicker and quicker to get back on. We just continue to move forward and learn and let go. And as we just shed those layers, like, I can't believe the incredible amount of stress that I used to put myself through. I mean, we all have done it. It's now, like, I'm not worried about stuff that I can't control. I'm not going to worry about it. I'm not spending, especially in these times we're in right now, where we don't know. Are we going to be here a day from now? We don't know. Are we going to be here 3 months from now? Nobody knows. We probably will, but in case we aren't, I'm not spending the last however long of my life worrying about things I can't control. I'm going to focus on what I can, create my solutions when I have problems arise, and keep moving forward with strength and fortitude and integrity, and most of all, courage to keep pressing forward. Don't look back. Keep going.
You guys, we are born and we die. Mm-hmm. What we do in between that time is up to us. Yep. Stop letting life run your life. You run your life. You are in control. If you want to choose to be happy or sad, strong or weak, whatever it may be, you are in control by mindset, what you put into your body, your foods, your drinks, and your beliefs, and what you practice. And life is, like, truly amazing when you can do that. Absolutely.
It is.
Another thing, I would love for people to join your group. You have a Facebook group that I'm in, and I love it because it's just nothing but feel good. You guys have all these quotes and all this stuff. There's no drama. There's no gossip. There's just beautiful quotes that you guys share. And so we can put that in the comments below too, and have them join that, because it's just, I love it. I love seeing all the quotes that you share and all the pictures and everything. It's beautiful. It feels good.
It's, you know what, when I first started having my spiritual awakening, and I started reaching out to some of these groups on Facebook to find people that were like me, what I found was a lot of people with bad control issues. And so when I would want to post something beautiful, either they would deny it, or somebody, you can't do that, or you can't post this, or whatever. So then at one point I was like, you know what, I'm going to start my own place, my own little group, where literally it's only high vibe, it's only inspiration, it's only blessings, it's only all of us supporting each other. I won't allow any negativity, no readings or anything like that, because you can get that all over in other groups. This one is literally just a sacred space for anyone that really just needs their vibration raised.
I love that.
Yeah. And it's, anybody can post, whoever's in the group, if you want to post inspirational things, anyone's free to do that. We don't say who can and can't post or anything like that. It's all just high vibe.
Yeah, there is nothing bad in that group. It's actually absolutely beautiful. And I love that, because I actually unfollow a lot of things. If I see people that are constantly
Yep.
just bad stuff and it makes my stomach hurt a little bit, I'm like, unfollow. I can't. I literally, if I'm on social media, I post and I'm off. I'm not on social, but I just share my stuff. But if I do scroll every once in a while, if I see something, I want it to be filled with beauty, with positivity,
Mhm.
with peace, with
Yep.
joy, with love. I don't want anything bad.
Yep. Me
And
neither.
we're all in control of everything. Our news feed
Yes,
too.
we are. More than we realize.
Oh, Becky, thank you so much
Yes.
for
Thank
taking
you.
the time and energy out of your space and your day to share all of this. And when we get offline, we'll go on and we'll go in the comments and, maybe just share your group and a link to your book if they want, and then how to connect with you, because you're just such a beautiful soul.
Oh, thank
and
you.
and just people need that. People need that. They really do. And we all need that right now, especially this time in life. It's, but just know, guys, everything is going to be okay.
Yep.
You are going to be okay. We just made history. I think that's freaking pretty cool. Like, we're going to be talked about by grandkids and generations. Like, remember 2020? My kids, that, I mean, this is going on like history, guys. I mean, I know it's kind of weird to talk about, but it's like everything shut down. It's never happened. It's never, well, as long as my mom and everybody, they were alive.
Yeah, not in our, but you know what we could do? Those of us women that want to be really well known, we could make herstory right now. You can choose to make herstory. So do
Yep.
something awesome.
There you go. You guys, you're going to either come out of this, and I'm not trying to be mean and I'm not judging and I'm not criticizing. You could come out of this 25 pounds heavier and the
Yep.
same person that you were, or you could come out rock solid, looking good. When you go back into the workplace or back into the world, people are going to look at you and go, you definitely use your time wisely because you look amazing. Or they're just really not going to say much and just be like, oh yeah, we could see what you were doing, Netflix, news, emotion, and again, I understand emotional eating is a big deal and stuff, but you guys, now, the biggest thing was when I was helping people try to get their life on track and lose weight and eat right, I don't have the time. Well, now what's your excuse? You do have the time. Now is the time that life gave you. It grounded you. Life grounded you to go home and work on yourself. Now is the time to work on you. Get off of the news, get off of social media, and take care of you. What are you going to do? Promise Becky and I, that you
Yes.
guys are going to do one thing starting today, one thing that is going to help change your life, whether it's the breathing techniques, whether it's starting a little bit of meditation, whether it's a little bit of exercise or healthy eating, whatever it may be. Start today, one day at a time. Because if you do this, I promise you, next year at this time, you will be so happy that you started today.
And you have to start.
Exactly.
You have to make the start. That's the hard part.
Any last words before we go?
No, I just want to send a lot of love out to New York and, the whole world, really. I my heart and soul is holding light for everybody. And if anybody is lost, scared, feeling broken, feeling alone, please reach out. Please, please, please reach out to either one of us and um, let us help you.
You guys have a place to go. You have people that care. You have support. Don't ever feel that you're alone, you're lost. If you're in the darkness, we got the light for you.
Yep.
We're holding the light for you. We're here. And we just gave you a ton of resources and tips to help you get through this. But if you need somebody to talk to, just reach out and connect with us on social media.
Absolutely. Thank you, Jenny.
Thank you, Becky. Oh, much love to you.
Much love to you too. Namaste.
That was beautiful. All right. I am going So Facebook, I am going to end this live, and thank you all for joining in, and we will go back and look at any comments and post the links and everything, and just wishing you all a beautiful evening, and thank you for connecting with us today. Here we go.